Hey everybody, got a new recipe here today for you on this balmy August morning. Starting to feel that fall just a little bit, but still pretty much summer. Anyways, I'm going to be making Kruzing healthy Chipotle dressing. This is an FP dressing. It also, if you go to my website, kruzinghealthy.com, and check out my recipes, there's a recipe on there to turn it into a really great dip that's really good on veggies. So we're just going to go ahead and get started on this here. Sorry, my recipe closed on me, so I'm going to have to get it open again. So first thing we're going to start out with is we're going to start out with 1 or 2 teaspoons of mineral salt and a dash of onion powder, I'm not going to give you the entire recipe here. If you check out my website, it is on there. Just be a little bit easier if I don't have to go through every ingredient here. The recipe on the website says to use black pepper. You can also use white pepper. I grabbed my white pepper, so that's what I'm going to use. I throw all my seasonings in here real quick, get that in. Then I put in some apple cider vinegar, and that way the spices, I know they're getting blended up well. I've got some smoked paprika, that was garlic I just put in there. I'm going to add some nutritional yeast. Just 1 quick teaspoon of that. I'm going to add a teaspoon of super sweet. This is my Kruzing healthy version. I'm also going to put in 1 teaspoon of almond butter. And for this one, I don't matter if it's all mixed up or not. If the oil's up on top, that's no big deal. I'm just going to put that in. Get that down in there. And then I'm going to also put in some apple cider vinegar here. Make sure I got that shook up. I always use the one with the mother because it's just really good for your health. And then I'm going to put in 2 chipotle peppers that are packed in adobo sauce. They come in a can. Once I open the can, I just put them in another container, and you can put 2 or 3. Sometimes if they're small, I might add a 3rd one just to see what's going on. There's also some other veggies in there. Onions, peppers, you can put that sauce in if you want. I'm just going to put the last of my peppers in there. Threw my towel, sorry. Okay, now that I got this in here, this is the base of it. I'm going to go ahead and use my stick blender and blend this up. Just to try to get that chipotle pepper all browned up before I add much of anything else. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in my glukey. For this recipe, I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of glukey down in here. And you want to sprinkle this in so you don't end up with big lumps, and nothing worse than a big lump of glukey in there. So just kind of sprinkle it over. And again, I'm going to emulsify this with my stick blender. Get it all stirred in there. so this is what it looks like. Just kind of all blended up in there. And now I'm gonna basically do what you do for making mayo. But instead of using oil, I'm gonna use some warm water. I did have this in my kettle, so it was boiling. So it's a little bit more than warm. I thought it would cool down more than this, but it's still pretty hot. So I'm gonna dump this out, or dump about half of this out and add some cool water because I do want it to be just kind of warm. Okay, so now I have some warm water and not hot water. I'm just gonna take this and I'm going to, like I said, it's kind of like doing mayo emulsifying, but instead of vinegar, I'm using water. And that just helps the gluey. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to start putting it in here and start blending it in. Just a little small stream at a time, making sure it's all blending up. And there you have it. Now, right now it's still a little thin, but once you put this in the refrigerator and let it chill, it'll be a nice dressing consistency. Kruzing Healthy Chipotle dressing. It is an FP.